eggs are done. So what's the best egg white alternative for your cocktails? I've been trying to find that answer for years, and in today's episode, I'll show what I came up with. Superfoam 2.0, plus how you can make it too, or grab an even easier and faster option, thanks to egg white. Today's episode is made in partnership with them. I'll also answer some questions about foamers and test Superfoam 2.0 in a whiskey sour and the Ramos Gin Fizz. So that means it's cocktail time.
It's cocktail time.
You might remember my hunt for the best egg white replacement, from my Capoferri introducing his sour syrup with methylcellulose, which led to my super syrup, where I added gum arabic and xanthan gum for added stability and texture. This then led to a direct vegan replacement of egg white, without sugar added, called Superfoam. Today we are taking it a step further, with Superfoam 2.0, which has one key upgrade: whey. Whey adds something egg whites do real well in sours. It softens the tannins in aged spirits like whiskey, and gives the cocktail an incredible silky texture. Let's put it to the test before we go through the process of how to make it. You won't be able to taste it through the video, but I'll showcase how stable we can make the foam by dropping Angostura drops on top of the whiskey sour. And yes, someone asked if Superfoam can build that iconic Ramos Gin Fizz foam tower. Let's find out. We'll make both cocktails side by side, with 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of Superfoam 2.0 in each. Since this is a direct replacement for egg white, the process is exactly the same as if you'd be using egg whites. And instead of doing a reverse dry shake, I'll whisk both of them using a milk frother. Then add to a shaker filled with ice and shake hard, especially the Ramos. Pour the sour over a clear ice block and the Ramos into a chilled highball glass with a small amount of soda water in there already. As we wait for the foam on the Ramos to settle a bit, before we add more soda water, let's check if the Angostura bitters stay on top of our whiskey sour crown. A good test for foam stability. They do, which I love. So here are some hearts, before we taste it. Silky, balanced, and with a long-lasting foam. What more could you ask from a whiskey sour? Now let's finish the Ramos Gin Fizz. Carefully pour soda water in the middle of the foam, and there you have it. Even with whey added, it can compete with egg white in this iconic cocktail, but you'll still get the light, floral, and silky profile of the Ramos Gin Fizz. With that question answered, let's tackle a few more before we make the Superfoam 2.0. I'd say keep it in the fridge and use it within 14 days, but as always, this can depend on many aspects of how you made it and how clean your bottles were. I also always like to freeze batches of it in small bottles and place them in the freezer for future use. Yes and no, Superfoam 2.0 has whey added, and with proteins in the mix, you can't really pre-batch anything. But with the original Superfoam and super syrup for that matter, you totally can batch your cocktails days in advance. Just remember to also use super juice and use my cocktail calculators to get all the measurements right. And I'll show you another batching foamer in a minute or two. The one I use is methylcellulose E461, and Mike uses methocell F50, so go for one of these two. Steer clear of carboxymethylcellulose, labeled E466, as I've heard from people who tried it that it doesn't produce a stable foam. No, just like super juice, which we've covered here. Superfoam is alive and well, but if you used it for cocktails with a lot of essential oils, the foam could end up being less stable. Time will tell if that's the case with today's recipe as well. Now get your apron on and let's get over how to make the new and improved Superfoam 2.0. First thing you'll need is, as mentioned, whey. We'll split it into two parts, then methylcellulose, xanthan gum, and gum arabic. For the first part we'll need 130 grams of whey. Whey is the liquid remaining after milk has been curdled and strained. It's a byproduct of cheese manufacturing, and I'm lucky enough to be able to get it straight from a cheese farm, but you can get it in most supermarkets as well. We'll pour this into a pot and bring it to a boil. Once it's boiled, I'll pour it back into the glass container that I already placed on a magnetic stirrer. Now add each powder, one by one, 6 grams of gum arabic, 2 grams of methylcellulose, and 0.2 gram of xanthan gum. All of these need to fully hydrate in the hot liquid, so let it stir for about 10 minutes. While that's running, I can tell you about an easier solution that will get you the same results, and it's fully vegan. It's called egg white. Egg white is a fast, ready-to-use egg white substitute. created by two bartenders from Poland. It delivers beautiful thick foam with none of the hassle. There's no need for dry shake or reverse dry shake. With just 4 to 5 ice cubes, you get a perfect aeration and that silky texture we're after. You can use it for a variety of cocktails: sours, espumas, edible air, build-up fizzes, or even batched cocktails. That's because it doesn't contain any proteins, and being fully batchable makes it perfect for bars. After opening, you can store it in the fridge for up to 30 days. And since it all comes in one bottle, it gives you more time to focus on creating other flavor-packed ingredients. It's already available in several European markets and in Canada, so check the Egg White website to see where you can get your hands on it. Now back to Superfoam 2.0. After the first part has stirred for 10 minutes, pour in the remaining cold 270 grams of whey. Let that mix for another 5 minutes. And that's it. I like to bottle it in squeezer bottles for easy measuring when needed. Grab some through the link below as well. Add a label and you're ready to make your next super cocktail. To learn more about super ingredients, check out my ebook on the Cocktail Time Patreon page. It's available for purchase under the shop tab, but every paying patron gets access to it, including the updated version that already has Superfoam 2.0 added. And we even printed a few hard copies of the original version to send a signed copy to our Wall of Fame members. I hope you'll give this new version of Superfoam a try and let me know how it works in your favorite foamy cocktails. Or if you want a simpler version, check out Egg White, link below. Until next time, cheers, friends of cocktails.